Easy Learning Plasma Science, Class 1. Part 1, Introduction about Keshe Foundation. Welcome everyone to this introductory class about the new plasma science developed by the Keshe Foundation. This class is intended for ordinary people and those who do not necessarily have a background in science. So everyone, please take ease and don't worry about big-sounding words like advanced technology, and that only a few, what we call smart people, can understand it. This technology is so easy to understand that everyone can learn it, regardless of your background. It only requires openness of heart and willingness to share. The beauty of this technology is that we see it and use it all the time without ever having known about it. And now it is the time for us as humanity to learn about the mysteries of life and begin a whole new era on planet Earth. In this first class, we will give you an introduction about the new plasma science developed by the nuclear physicist Mehran Tavakoli Keshe, and about the Keshe Foundation, a spaceship institute. First of all, I would like to invite all of you that are here in this class to freely join in the weekly Keshe Foundation Knowledge Seekers workshops that are presented to the public every Thursday without fail for something like 7 years now. The number is up to like 370, which are from 3 to 5 hours each, and sometimes 10. It is phenomenal how this massive amount of beyond imagination knowledge is being freely transferred to humanity at this time in our evolution. You can watch all of these workshops free on the Keshe Foundation YouTube channel. Whatever we pass on to you in these classes will be very limited in comparison to what you will find on the Keshe Foundation website. The Keshe Foundation is a scientific and non-religious organization that works in the development of plasma technology for space travel through positioning of magnetical and gravitational fields and not through burning fuels. This research has led to amazingly new developments in energy, agriculture, health, transportation, environmental cleanup and care, and many, many others. It is a new view, not only in what we know today as science and technology, but a whole different view of how we can live our lives in a peaceful manner and with the intention of unconditional giving. Keshe Foundation has been freely sharing this knowledge across the world for more than 10 years. The only thing it asks in return is that people live peacefully and end all wars, and stop the production of all tools of war, and to share this knowledge freely with each other. There should be no discrimination based on race, color, religion, economic status, and no one should be left out, including animals and other creatures on our planet. The beauty of this new science is the simplicity of it. Anyone can learn it, from a housewife to a scientist at the university. Today, we have living proof of this, where simple people from all over Brazil are saving their lives and the lives of their neighbors by teaching this new science through what is known as the cup of life. With simple materials that you find around your house, you can make your own plasma lab, and you will be able to save many lives and learn at the same time the knowledge of the universe. The nuclear physicist M.T. Keshe discovered this new science more than 40 years ago, and through it, he has been able to fill in all the gaps that were missing in our current understanding of science and physics. A few years ago in the Rome Peace Conference with world ambassadors, Mr. Keshe offered the technology free to all the governments. The patented technology was put on a USB stick. Later on, President Obama wrote to Mr. Keshe requesting the USB stick. The foundation has been working for years in cooperation with a lot of entities and governments throughout the world. All this information has been well documented on the Keshe Foundation website. Please visit to find out more. Just to name a few things that we have been involved in. The radiation decontamination in Fukushima after the nuclear accident in Japan. The Ebola outbreak in Sierra Leone, Africa. Disaster relief in the Italian earthquake. The African swine flu outbreak in China, and much, much more. Also, huge agricultural trials are going on now in China for over a year or two, showing the technology can dramatically increase harvest production without the use of fertilizers or pesticides. And this year, a farm is being opened up in Europe to start using the Keshe Foundation technology. In addition, Mr. Keshe has been personally involved in the following: the peace process in Northern Ireland, the conversion of industries from war to peace production in the Eastern Bloc after the fall of the Soviet Union, and the 5+1 peace treaty between Iran and the United States. The plasma technology was used in the downing of the most advanced American drone by Iran during the Obama administration, and the total disabling of the American battleship in the Black Sea as Russian planes did a flyover, and later 27 American officers resigned their commission. During these demonstrations, no harm came to anybody. On the Keshe Foundation website, we have thousands of testimonials related to health. Recently, there was a Chinese man who was in a wheelchair for 4 years with both Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, and was taking handfuls of pills, and was at the point of no return. I think it was within 30 days he was walking and 60 days running. You can see the video for the details. He was a very rich man who owned a couple of hospitals. After the testimonials, including a person who recovered their vision that had been lost due to diabetes, and a young woman with a brain injury, where the doctors couldn't do anything for her as she lay in a coma. She was brought back, and parts of her brain were regrown without any surgical intervention. Now, you may be asking yourself, why don't we hear about it in the mainstream media? Quite simply, when this technology comes out, and it will come out, it will completely change the world as we know it. Or you may be thinking, how can I learn about such a knowledge? This seems to be something just for the big scientists. As it was said in the beginning of this class, the beauty of this new science and technology is that anyone can learn it and teach others. So why don't we start from the very beginning?
The Keshe Foundation, an independent, non-profit, non-religious, space-based organization founded by nuclear engineer Mehran Tavakoli Keshe, is introducing to humanity the science of the universe, plasma science. Keshe Foundation develops universal knowledge and space technologies that provide solutions to major global problems, revolutionizing agriculture, health, energy, transportation, materials, and more. The application of plasma science in the form of specially developed plasma reactors and other devices will give humanity the real freedom to travel in deep space. Plasma science exists throughout the whole universe. It is here and it belongs to you. Our knowledge, research, and development regarding the plasma structure has progressed to the point of enabling everyone to participate in the process. Become a creator and understand the work of the universe for the good of humankind on this planet as well as in space. The use of megravs, nanomaterials, GANs, liquid plasma, field plasma, and other plasma technologies have come as a new dawn for humanity to progress and work in harmony with the universe. Conventional technology applications are wasteful, damaging, and cause pollution to the planet and all living beings. Plasma science provides solutions and improves existing methods and use of resources in all aspects that touch the lives of all beings. Plasma is defined by the Foundation as an entire content of fields which accumulate and create matter, and is not defined by its physical characteristics like ionization or temperature. Also, with plasma science, we understand how we can convert matter back to the fields. Quoting from Mr. Keshe, MEGRAV stands for magnetic gravitational, which means plasma absorbs or gives. And every plasma has the both. It has give and it has take. And when they can't find the balance, they distance themselves until they find the balance they can give to the others. That they can receive what they want to receive and give further. Certain atoms and molecules release and absorb magnetic or gravitational fields. Released fields are available to be absorbed by other objects. The Keshe Foundation has developed a way to gather these free-flowing fields from the environment within a resourceful and beneficial new state of transitional matter, which M.T. Keshe named GANs. The first step of the process of the formation of various basic types of GANs is nanocoating metals. This is carried out either chemically by etching, steam coating with sodium hydroxide, or thermally by heating, fire coating by gas burner. During either coating process, gaps between outermost layers of atoms are created. The residual coating is often referred to as nanocoating, defined by the structured layers of nanomaterial, which build up during the creation process of the coating. Nanocoated metal in interaction with other various metal plates in a saltwater solution creates MEGRAV fields. These fields then attract available elements to form a specific GANs, which collects and settles at the bottom of the container. This GANs is formed from independent energized molecules like little suns that can be used in various applications.
Part 2, Plasma Teaching. First of all, these teachings are not certified teachings from the Keshe Foundation. They are just a knowledge seeker's own understanding that is being shared. Please do not memorize, but rather ponder. Introducing plasma concepts. Plasma can never harm because you only take from it what you need and leave the rest. The amazing thing about this new science is that plasma can never harm. This is very hard for us to understand and accept, because when we hear about fields and rays and these kind of things, we immediately think of nuclear radiation and how afraid we are to even be near it and how dangerous it is. We don't even want to know about it. Just stay away from it. Leave it to the experts. We're not going to explain all of that in the first go, but gradually over time, you'll come to realize that matter-state physics, which nuclear belongs to, and plasma, as in the knowledge of the universe, are different levels of understanding in the evolution of science on this planet, and that plasma can never be dangerous. It's like this. Imagine you were standing in front of Hiroshima when the bomb went off. That is matter-state physics. And then imagine the sunrise this morning, and you are standing and watching and enjoying the beauty of it. This is plasma science. And you feel the emotion of love for the sun. And you also feel that the sun loves you. This is plasma science. And this is what we want to share with you, so that you don't have to be afraid of life anymore. And when you open up to the knowledge, you become more and more content inside, and you feel the power and the freedom within. The power to do good to yourself and others. The power to express what you always wanted to express, but were afraid to. With this knowledge, you become equal with the scientists and all other beings on this planet. That is what we want to help you to learn in these classes. We don't want to get lost in the mathematical formulas and complex ideas. We want that you engage in the studies yourself and you open your heart to it. Become part of it. It's no good filling your mind with yet more facts and figures. So please don't be afraid to experience something new, something beyond your current boundaries. And please let us know how we can help you to learn. Before we close today, let's just introduce a little about how plasmas are formed. See the following video. As in the video, you have all kinds of rays and fields traveling through the universe. But what is it that makes them to come together and dance with each other? Think about this. Why do two rays suddenly come together and start interacting with each other? They may dance with each other, but they may not reach to the point of becoming a plasma. Then what happens? Well, if they can't hold together, then they continue on their journey as rays until they meet another ray that suits them. So when they start dancing and their dance reaches the point when they can hold on to each other, they really love to be together. And their magnetical and gravitational fields find a balance. Then a plasma is formed. There's much more to it, but this is the general idea. At this point in the video, it shows the light of the plasma flash outward. That's when the plasma is formed, that flash of light. One way we can think of it is, try to imagine being a child and having to go to a new school where you didn't know anybody. And then imagine that all the other children were in the same situation. So nobody knew each other. All were just rays moving through space. And then the school has an introduction event where everybody comes together to meet for the first time. Then imagine moving around the auditorium, not knowing anybody, but bumping into other rays, introducing yourself, others starting to talk to you, hearing loud talking, laughter, people getting to know each other in the background. And then out of this so-called chaos, relationships are born. Now there are some people whom you can't stand to be near, while others you like to meet, but are maybe a little afraid to make the first move, and still others you may have an immediate attraction to. The emotions are like those rays in the video. They go out and bump into other rays they feel attracted to. And when that dance gets strong enough, a plasma is born. We call it a relationship, but isn't it really the same thing that is going on all over the universe? Is this what we call the micro inside the macro? Or the repetition of an essential pattern? So you see, everyone can understand plasma if they want to. From now until the next lesson, ponder over in a soft and gentle way what we have discussed here today. And what does it mean to you in your life? And if you have a chance, read this lesson again. Maybe a whole new perspective will emerge.